What's up, ghouls and fighters? Booving here along with Fightman1995, and welcome to another Halloween video, and to another tier list video where Fightman here is going to be taking on a brand new subject, and will determine them based on who he thinks is the best to who he thinks is the worst. Now, where could every one of the characters be? No one knows for sure until we find out from Fightman over here. Ain't that right, Fightman? That's right, Boolean. And for today's topic, we're going to be tackling on every boss ghost from Luigi Mansion 3. And we'll be judging them based on who's going to be the best to who's the worst. But before we begin, if y'all could do me a huge favor and punch that like button on this video, I would really appreciate it. And also, please consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber already. Because there more than 80% of you watching my video as a non-subscriber. And if you're one of those people, please consider subscribing. Because, seriously, we need to help this channel grow. But anyways, with that being said, let's talk about the real deal. So, you may have noticed that this tier list is looking a little bit inconsistent and different. Well, that is because I'm actually using a different tier list website this time. And the reason for that is because I've researched through the website that I usually do for the tier list. And upon basic research, I went and scanned through all of them, and there was at least like one or more ghosts that was missing that are considered boss ghosts. And this right here was pretty much the most accurate one I could find. So if you guys want to play along as well, link will be in the description below. And also, as many of you may know, I've last time done a Luigi Mansion Portrait Ghost tier list. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen that tier list already, that will also be in the description below. And you can play along there too. So, there are at least 17 boss ghosts in all, excluding the sub-boss. And why are they excluded, though? Well, you may have noticed that Bulassus and Polter Kitty are not on this list. But the reason they're not is because Polter Kitty is basically a sub-boss throughout the main story of the game, while Bulassus, on the other hand, is a Scarescraper boss, who you don't actually see in the real Hotel Mansion. But I suppose if you want to add them to your list, feel free to do that. I will be talking about Polter Kitty and Bulassus much later, after we take care of all 17 boss ghosts and rank them. So, here's the ranking for this one. We have S for Absolutely Love. Those are boss characters that I absolutely love from the bottom of my heart, down deep inside, and just can very much relate to them in some ways. A is for Love. These are characters that I don't exactly have a deep love for, but I still enjoy their character and their boss fight. I also may be talking about Force 2, by the way, and not just the boss fight itself and the character. Just to let you up on that information. B is for Like. These are characters that I absolutely like, but I don't love them nearly as much. So, there may be some that aren't too great, but I still like them either way. Basically what I'm saying by B for Like. C for So-So. These are boss ghosts that I think are a bit mediocre and kind of disappointing. But that could be anybody. And then D is Dislike and Hate. These are characters that I consider to be my least favorite in terms of whether I don't like the character choice or what idea they came up for, or I just have a pure hatred against them. Which you're probably not going to see very much of those. Either way. But I think that's enough, Lambley. Let's get on with the show and begin. So, our first up is the first major boss ghost of the game. And this is Amadeus Wolfguy. And guess what? We're already starting off with our first S rank, and that's Amadeus Wolfguy. Now, let me just say, I freaking love Wolfguy in this game. Especially for, like, the theme he has, for the floor, the character, and the boss fight itself. In fact, he even possesses a freaking piano, just like in Super Mario 64, and that's what I love about him. And that's not only the reason too, but Amadeus Wolfguy, music related, I really love listening to music. I love playing piano, love playing guitars. I just enjoy music itself, because it just lies within the bottom of my soul. Now, choosing between Melody and Wolfguy, I still have to go with Melody for the most part, because, let's face it, Melody I have a deep crush with. More than I do with Wolfguy. And with that I mean Melody Pianissima, of course, who is not on this list, unfortunately, but it's just on the first game. But Amadeus Wolfguy, he is going to be the first to be at the S rank, absolutely love. Anyway, next up is another major boss ghost, the third major boss ghost of the game, and this is Captain Fishhook, the shark ghost. Oh, Captain Fishhook. How I love you as a character so much. Okay, Captain Fishhook, great floor theme, great boss fight. In fact, the best boss fight in the entire game, at least in my opinion. If you're not counting King Boo or whoever. An awesome design. Now, to tell you the truth, I have an obsession with sharks, and I love sharks. In fact, they're like my favorite animal of all time. Especially if they're great white sharks or whatever type of shark they are. One that's always hungry for some action. And the fact that Captain Fishhook possesses the ship itself makes him even cooler. I mean, when it comes to Captain Fishhook, he did not disappoint at all. And I honestly think he's probably got to be my favorite boss ghost of all time, besides just King Boo himself. Which I'm pretty sure you guys already know where he's gonna be. But maybe I'll surprise you, and then maybe not. But to tell you the truth, the first time I saw him appear in the trailer, I immediately jumped with excitement. Like, word can convey how happy I was to see Captain Fishhook make it as a boss ghost fight, and being the non-human character, one of them at least. So that's why Captain Fishhook gonna be at S rank, cause he makes for an enjoyable boss fight. No questions asked. Next up is the maid girl, and this is Shambria. This character was more so-so in my opinion. I found her a bit mediocre, but my god, do you have a creepy look? Not kidding. So anyway, Shambria is the second ghost that you find in the game, but the way you take her out is absolutely hilarious. But all I'm gonna say is, cleaning is really not my thing, to be quite exact. In fact, I honestly hate cleaning. But that doesn't prevent me from putting her at C. I would have put her at D, but I don't have too much of a burning hatred or dislike of her. I just think she's creepy, that's all. But the way you take her out is downright hilarious. Where you have to, like, use your plunger just to knock her around after she eats a freaking suitcase. I mean, what was she thinking? I mean, my God, that gotta be painful for her to experience, I bet. But I'm gonna stop talking here. Chambry is gonna be at C. And next we have Chef Souffle, also known as Dr. Eggman, as I like to call him. And that guy is gonna go to the B rank. Now, why am I putting him at the B rank? Well, I love this character's design. I mean, the boss fight itself is somewhat too easy. I mean, I just can't help but love his design because it's literally Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik cooking food in the freaking kitchen of the second floor. I mean, look at his mustache. Tell me that doesn't look like Dr. Eggman. Because it really does. I know he's called the Chef Souffle, but whatever. And if I were to hire anybody, I'd hire this guy only because he looks like Dr. Eggman. But yeah, not much else to say about Chef Souffle. He's gonna get the B spot. And then next we have the sewer guy, also known as the redneck himself, Clem, that works in the sewer. Now this guy is probably the only boss ghost that I disliked. And therefore he's gonna go to the D rank. Now, although what you do at the sewer is interesting, all I'm gonna say is Clem is such a jerk. Seriously. Capturing him is like the most satisfying thing I ever had. But there's one that I hate more than him. But I'll leave you to guess who that is. So, the only reason I don't like Clem as a character is because, well, he's a redneck and he is a complete jerk to Luigi. Seriously. And the look doesn't help him either. I'm not gonna go on a rant about hating him. It's just that he's just really a jerk, so screw that guy. That guy just pisses me off. Have that D rank for you, please. But yeah. Next, we have DJ Phantasmagoria, if I said your name correctly, and this is the dancer, or the DJ on the dance room. Well, all I'm gonna say is, cool afro, but disappointing boss fight, to be honest. So, I think it's only fair that you get the C rank. Now, DJ Phantasmagoria, don't get me wrong, I do like her design, but the way they did her was just somewhat disappointing. I mean, sure, the goof dancing was so cool and all, but Phantasmagoria, not very much. In fact, beating her is pretty easy, and I don't think she should have been the boss you should fight before getting to, like, the final floor of the game. And no, I am not counting the rooftop when I say that, too. I mean, I know that the afro is fake, but still. I just find the DJ to be a little disappointing, to be honest. So she's gonna get the C rank. Next up, we have the Dr. Potter, and this is the goat that loves to water his plant. Now, this is a character that I absolutely enjoy fighting against or being against. And my reason for liking Dr. Potter here is because it felt like he played a major role. Just to say, where he gives you a lot of challenges just to climb up a beanstalk, and just where you have to go through rooms after rooms after room, and constantly watering his plant to set up traps or whatever. And honestly, I thought he was a jerk at first, but looking at the role he made, he did a really good job at it. I mean, the boss fight at the end was kind of easy for the most part, but I still do like Dr. Potter as a character. Love the design too. So, Dr. Potter, congratulations, you are the first to get the A rank! But anyways, next up is Helen Gravely, one of the two protagonists of the game, and one that appears early in the game. Helen Gravely, you can get the S rank because, honestly, I love Helen Gravely in this game, and the role that she plays. So, Helen Gravely is supposed to be like the Spy Master, which is what her room literally freaking is. And it is said that she is a big fan of King Boo. Almost someone that rivals my love for King Boo, to be quite honest. But anyways, I mean, the boss fight itself, it was really cool. Also, her freakish look whenever she gets angry just gets even better at the moment. I mean, Helen Gravely boss fight really keeps you on your toe, where you have to really put your focus on Luigi and Luigi at the same time. And that is like no easy task to do. I mean, seriously. Helen Gravely put up one hell of a fight, just like Wolfgeist and Fishhook did, which is what I really enjoyed about her. I won't say she's the greatest though, but I do love the idea that they made for her. So Helen Gravely is going to be at S. And she's the third one. Next up we have the Macho Man guy, or I guess the athlete, and that's Johnny Deepin, the bodybuilder just like Biff Atlas. Well, for Biff Atlas I put him at A on Luigi Mansion 1, but where do I put Johnny though? I'm gonna put him at the B rank. I really didn't love him all that much, but the design he has is really cool. Basically what you do is, well, you're playing dodgeball with him, and I really like the challenge he put up for us, where we have to be very efficient with Luigi and have Johnny not spot Luigi and didn't get shot water at. I mean, he played it very smart, and there's a reason why he was athletic. In fact, I liked him more than the chef, to be honest, because Johnny himself made him feel like an important character. I mean, although it's a short one, it can last you a while if this is your first time you're playing blind. So this is why I'm going to put Johnny Deepin at B. And then next is a character that needs no introduction, and he is the King of Booze. He's the main antagonist. He's bloodthirsty for Luigi. bloodthirsty for revenge. But where am I gonna put him? I don't know. I disliked him. Yeah, right. I'm gonna put him at. Yeah, right. As if I would have done that, I'm gonna put him at the S rank. I pretty much already spoiled it accidentally a few times, but I'm sure many of you who have been with me for a long time know this. But King Boo has honestly been my all-time favorite Mario character out of all the characters that have existed in the game, especially with his role on Luigi's Mansion. I mean, King Boo never fails to disappoint, and there will never, ever be a ghost that will be better than King Boo himself. And you guys should know that. And Nintendo just knocked him out of the park with King Boo's role. And I really love him so much. Probably to the highest peak. But what's the reason, though? Well, let's compare to the two other games, which is one in Dark Moon. So, the first Luigi Mansion game, he didn't feel too intimidating, though he did have a tough boss fight, and plus King Boo was a side of Boo, which isn't really surprising at all. In Dark Moon, they gave him an important role for scattering the moon, and making him a little bit bigger than normal. But in 3, they really nailed him, as I said. I mean, who could blame the king for wanting revenge against Luigi and being bloodthirsty for revenge? I mean, King Boo is a perfect example of a antagonist and intimidating, or I guess I should say, very big and intimidating boss ghost. And the boss ghost, and King Boo as a boss, it doesn't disappoint well, because that is a really hard boss fight. Especially if you're doing this for the first time. In fact, that just goes for any Luigi Mansion game. But, there you go. King Boo never disappointed me. There will never be a ghost that's better than King Boo, which is why he will be at the S rank easily. Don't you dare put King Boo low on the list, or we're having a talk. Just saying. I think I rambled on enough. Next is the Night Ghost, and this is King McFright. Now, all I'm gonna say is, King McFright, you have a really cool beard and an awesome look, which is why you're gonna get the A rank. So, King McFright, although he's another one of the easy fights to deal with, the floor that he has is amazing. Basically, you're fighting King McFright at a coliseum, just like what you see in Gladiator fight. And it's always a fight to the death. And what I love about King McFright is not only because of the design himself, but also the floor level too, and how you have like all the common ghosts that are cut out, that's acting as a crowd. To me, I thought they were very creative with that, and I think they did a really good job with King McFright and his role, as well as the traps in the floor level. It's even better. So that's why I'm going to put King McFright at A. Next is the police guy for the 3rd floor, and this is Crawler. Now this guy was hilarious. And this is why he's going to have the B rank for this one. Now, Crawler is another one of the easy fight, but his character is downright hilarious. Especially when he goes into this panic mode where he just freaks out whenever Luigi just, like, runs into the room that he's in. And it's not until later that he notices or whatever. Or maybe he has. I don't remember. Because I haven't played Luigi Mansion 3 in a long time, so try not to yell at me if you're already doing that right now. But basically, Crawler is a good character. I can't say that I love him, but the character himself is amazing as a cop. So Crawler is going to be at the B rank. And next is the only optional boss ghost of the game that you have to capture, and that, of course, is Morty. Morty. I feel like a superstar. I'm going to put you at the S rank because, honestly, I love Morty's role in this game. I even love the boss fight that he had to send out, which is that Godzilla ghost, which is, well, I'm not going to say spoilers here, but what you do in his floor is just helping Morty get his megaphone and trying to just solve the puzzle, going to films after films after film, and just helping Morty out in every way possible. And Morty is like a friend. It's like one of the best friends you could have ever asked for, really. Because Morty, as I said, did not disappoint me at all. In fact, I even liked him more than Madame Clairvoyant, to be honest. I mean, Madame Clairvoyant was pretty creepy. Morty, on the other hand, is not. And I bet he made you feel like a star after you helped him out by making a good movie. So, congratulations, Morty. You're also joining the S rank. Congratulations, man. Alright, next up is the triplet. The three magician girls. Now, these three did a good job with their role. And I love these three so much. And how they just play pranks on Luigi by performing a little mischievous magic trick to Luigi. And especially at the end, before you get to the go fight, where you have to, like, guess which door leads to where. And magic trick, they're always fun to watch. And the boss fight itself, it can be quite interesting, especially for the first time. I mean, the moment I fought the triplet, I easily beaten it in one try because I have very good eyesight, which is basically the trick. So, I guess what I'm saying there is, try not to blink, or you're probably going to pick the wrong hat, which is why the triplet is going to be at A. I would say their name, but I think triplet is more accurate in my opinion. Anyway, 3 boss ghosts left. And next we have Surfkey, also known as the Cleopatra ghost. I'm not sure if I said your name right, but honestly, she is so attractive, in my opinion. In fact, more attractive than Helen Gravely, to be honest. Because out of all the female characters that's in the game, this one really baked the cake. Not only for her role or her character design or the boss fight, but the purpose of the floor and how you gotta go through her traps, her curse, whatever. Surfkey, I don't know how to say your name, is a very interesting ghost. And her boss fight can be pretty challenging if you're playing this blindfolded, of course. But basically, that's all I gotta say. She is one amazing hot female ghost. Oh, don't take it the wrong way. So I'm gonna put her at the S rank. Next we have the bell guy, or whatever job he had. And this is Steward. Now, honestly, I feel bad for Steward. So, I'm going to give him a C+, though it's still a C. But basically, Steward is like the first ghost you encounter in the game. The first boss. And he's like ridiculously easy. But honestly, I would have put him lower, but I feel bad for the dude, you know? And what he had to go through. He probably didn't get paid enough money to his job. And the fact that he throws suitcases at you is just downright hilarious. And that's honestly what I love about Steward. Not that he's a very good character by any chance, but he was more so-so. So that's why he's gonna have the C rank. And then last but not least is the Caveman Ghost, also known as the one that possessed an undead T-Rex, and that one is honestly gonna go to the A rank. Now, Uggs, well, he didn't touch me nearly as much as Fishhook and Wolf Guys did, or King Boo or Gravely. But he still did put up a good boss fight. I mean, sure, the room was really short and all, but this was really the whole purpose. And I honestly think there should have been something more interesting than what Nintendo had you do against him. But the idea that I have for Ugg and what would have made him better is that if I wasn't just fighting the undead T-Rex, or I guess saying we're fighting an undead T-Rex and himself, but also fight other possible undead dinosaurs. Honestly, I feel like that'd be a whole lot more interesting, but I can kind of see the limitation beyond that point. But basically, this is why I'm going to put Uggs at A. Now, I know we're done with making the list, but there's actually 2 more boss ghosts that aren't listed. And the reason for those is Polterkitty is a sub-boss ghost, and Bulassus is a Scarecraper boss ghost. And technically, they don't count. But if you want to know my opinion about Polterkitty and Bulassus, we're just going to pretend they're there. But for Bulassus, I would put him at B. Because last time I put him at S rank for Luigi's Mansion 1. And the only reason why I'm putting Bulassus down to B is because, honestly, the boss fight that he has to offer was just somewhat disappointing. In fact, most of Bulassus' move is based off a King Boo's move, for those who have played Scarecraper before. Until an update happened where he got 1 additional attack, which I'm really glad they did, but I feel like they could have done more with Bulassus personally. I mean, yeah, I do love Bulassus as a character, but the boss fight he had was disappointing. So if Bulassus was on this list, he would be at the B rank. As for Polterkitty, on the other hand, he would be played where Clem is, the D rank. Now, my opinion about Polterkitty, I freaking hate Polterkitty. In fact, she's probably like one of my least favorite ghosts in the game. Basically, what Polterkitty does is she slows down your progress, and she wasted your freaking time stealing one of the possible elevator key, and then you have to chase that kitty down and try to capture her. And Poltergeist feels like a Naruto ripoff, to be honest. From like having like the 9-tailed, though it really is a 3-tailed, a demon cat. Literally, Poltergeist is such a Satan's cat, and that kitty stole Polterpuff's role from Dark Moon. And honestly, I'd rather be chasing Polterpuff than I do with a Polter Kitty, because I've been more of a dog person than a cat person, you know? So, to tell you the truth, I really hate Polter Kitty more than I do with Clem. And if Polter Kitty was also on there, she would have been put into D rank easily. But there you go. That's my reason. And that is my tier list for every Luigi Mansion 3 boss ghost. So, for S rank, we have King Boo, Captain Fishhook, I'm Dave Wolfguy, Helen Gravely, Morty, and Surfkey, or Cleopatra Ghost. I'm just gonna call her that. A goes to Dr. Porter, King McFry, the Triplets, and Uggs. B, Johnny Deepin, Chef Souffle, or Dr. Eggman, and Crawler, and Bulasis if you're counting him. C, Stewart, Shambria, and DJ Phantasmagloria. And then D is Clem and Polterkitty if you're counting her. So there you go. That's my Luigi Mansion 3 Boss Ghost tier list. So that's it for my tier list. So I want to thank you guys all so much for watching it. And remember, if you enjoyed this tier list and like to see me do more in the near future, don't forget to punch that like button. I'll be doing that next time. But what's the next tier list? Well, I have no idea right now. But we'll be thinking about that eventually. But for now, I think we're going to close out this video. So thank you guys once again for watching. And until then, I am Fightman1995. See you all. Have a good day. Game on, my friends. And take care. Goodbye. And this is Booyan. And he's saving us too. Don't be frightened. Now, mortals. Goodbye.